Hey guys, it's Cugsly, and welcome back to another video. So, I've been working on this for a while now. I've been going back and forth. I've been updating the door system, then I update all the stuff that the doors are in. Then I remember, oh hey, I forgot to update this in the door system. Let me go, and it's just been back and forth, back and forth. But I'm making this because I've just about finished updating all of the doors. Let me just move this mic. There we go. I've just about finished updating the door system completely. So let me just type in. I don't want to sift through all of these. So let me just. There we go. So look at this. So first, I'll show you guys what is currently public for people to use, which is this one. So looking at it, you see that monstrosity, right? It is like, where does this wire go? What is this? What's that? What's all this, right? It's pretty bad. Now, look at what I have. Don't save. For the love of God, don't save. But now, look at this. This is the newest version, and it's going to be going public very soon. Now, you know, it looks like there's less here, and there is, yeah, but it works the same, and it actually has a few more functions to it that the current public one doesn't have. So first of all, I've labeled everything. So we have, I've labeled the nodes. I haven't labeled like these things because they already have their labels in them with the name of what they're looking for, so that doesn't really count. But I've color-coded what I could, and I've labeled what I could. So disable door chip, keycard settings, we have the all parameters met, signal to pulse, all that stuff, right? To make sure that it's very user-friendly, so anyone who wants to use these doors knows exactly what does what based on their labels. And in here, you have some very simple settings. You have counter, door unresponsive, and keycard unresponsive. That should be door locked, but hey, since we're here, why don't we do that, right? Door locked. There we go. Alrighty, so now we have door locked. And all you gotta do is just turn one of them on, boom, door's locked now. Or let's say that you want it to where when you press the button, it'll send a prompt saying nothing happened. Door unresponsive. It won't have a locked thing here, but it's no longer functioning. Or maybe you're like, ooh, you know, what if I have a keycard door that's unresponsive? Boom, keycard door now, and unresponsive. So I've added that in, and as you can see, there are the wireless transmitters that go along with them. There's also a simplified keycard settings door, which no longer has all those wires down here going crazy. It's a little more neat. So we have the keycard, the transmitters right here. So these will send out the transmission, the transmission saying what keycard level the door is. But if you have keycard door unresponsive, it won't send that, which means that it's going to both break the door chip and also break itself. But like a controlled break, it's gonna break itself, but not completely break itself. It's gonna like, yeah, you get the idea. And so yeah, we have all this stuff here, and it's much neater now. So I thought I'd just bring that out, because I'm really excited about it, and I'm going to be here for probably a few hours updating every single item. And actually, the cool thing about this is this should be slightly cheaper, if not quite a bit cheaper than the one we have currently, well, the one that's currently out. Both are at 1% gameplay, but this one is a little more, is like a little closer to that 1%, I believe. Let's find out. So, alright, we're at 2% now. So it's a bit there. Probably copying it twice will bring it up to 2% officially. Yeah. So I'd say this is about like 1/3% around there. If we go in here, we can actually check. So that's not bad at all. 2 unique stamped elements. It's a few more than. Oh, wait a second. I see. It's talking about like the logo that I have, and then what's the other unique stamped element? We have the logo. And I guess this entire thing counts? I don't know. So, yeah, very low here. So I just want to show you guys that. It's going to be really good. I've also updated the door chip as well. So let me show that off while I'm at it. And I'm not going to lie, there's this really weird thing that happens when it's only out of when I record. For some reason, I can't stop salivating. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know if that's a weird thing. I'm not sure if auto backup. Thank you. Oh, bye then. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just like now I'm suddenly like constantly trying to make sure I don't overflow. But alright, either way though, a little bit of a weird thing there. But so here's the door chip, and it's like, I guess, pardon my constant swallowing, but here it is. And as you can see, there's a small kind of new thing here. So now if you have, say, door unresponsive, it'll do this, or actually, yeah, keycard unresponsive, it'll do this, door this, and then locked this. So now it has that there, and I'm currently going to try to optimize this and make it simpler, but I feel like it's already just about as simple as it gets. The problem is that simple is still complex here, but maybe I can like organize the wires in such a way that makes it easier to read, but I highly doubt that will be the case. It appears to me that we're already at this kind of area where there's not much more I can do. However, if I do find something out, I will. But the thing with this is all you got to worry about is placing it on the character, preferably in the middle of their chest. So you would want to do it right here. You want to put it right there on their chest. You might want to scope in there. That way it kind of stays with them when they move, right? But that's the main idea. So put it there and it'll automatically work. Everything is already set to go. It'll have its own hand display system. It'll have its own notification system for what's going on here, including keycard levels. And yeah, so that's going to work. Now, if you don't have a menu system to keep track of what keycards you have, that might be a bit of a problem. So that's something. However, as long as you can figure that out, which is basically just, make a transmitter that sends the signal, depending on what keycard you have, boom, instantly works. These here, these work with the door, so don't worry about those. The only output you need to custom make yourself to go with this is going to be these four, well actually these five, because there's this one as well, or nope. These five, right? These five right here. If you want to be fancy, you can actually have these 7 technically. Keycard 5 required. Oh wait, no, that. Ooh. All right. Pardon me. I didn't read that all. That says level 5 keycard required. So 1 moment. I'm gonna retract everything I said. The only outputs you need to worry about making sure your character has to make sure that this has its full functionality. It'll have its full functionality before then, but you want to make sure you can add in key cards so you can open doors yourself. You want to have these 6 right here. Now the Omni key card is optional. If you have a level 5 or an Omni, they're interchangeable. In all honesty, it doesn't really matter which one you have. But I just stick with all of them in case you maybe you find a use for Omni where there's no use for key card 5. But the main idea is you want to have these here because these come from picking up those items. So if you don't have those items, you can't pick them up, which means you can't send a signal saying you picked them up, that signal being available, which means you have it. So all you got to do is just, I don't know, maybe like get a counter, and when you pick up the key card, because I also added in the pickup chip for the key cards already. All you got to do is edit it, go in there and, set it yourself. So all you'd really want to do then is just go here, get a counter maybe, right? And do, I don't know, I think KC3 and available. Wire it, and boom, there you go. Then just send a signal to this counter, it'll turn on, and voila. So that's it. That's all I want to say. I just want to show that off really quickly because I do know that, especially with something like this, it can be hard to tell what you need to do with the logic. I'm currently trying to fix it. Like the doors are better now, and this, I want to make this better as time goes on. We'll see. But yeah, so there you go. Now, hopefully you guys know how to use that, and I hope you're excited. That not gate doesn't have a. This not gate doesn't have a. This not gate doesn't have a use either. Are there? Okay, there we go. That's simpler now. Yeah. So hopefully that clears things up, and hopefully you guys like this because I'm really excited for it. I've been working on it for a while now. I mean, not too long in the grand scheme of things, but a few hours straight is definitely a bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and with this, I should probably also mention that it should go without saying that there is an SCP update coming out. It's not going to be as revolutionary as the big one that I released a week ago actually, but it won't be as big as that one. However, it's still going to be large. It's going to be fixing a lot of problems that I've encountered with doors. It's going to fix hopefully thermometer issues a little bit, because where it's at now, if I were to go into map 1, it should actually, where it's at right now, it should fix it a bit. So if I were to try this out, let's find out. A little sneak peek, I guess. And oh, wow, 14. Okay. That's not even all the rooms I have to update yet. So we're at 90. Wow, okay, we are at 89% gameplay, 94% graphics. The graphics won't go down, but the memory should go from 89 hopefully to maybe like 87, 86 would be really nice. Let's find out. Now, not all of these doors are the same model because I just finished updating this one. So these have, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? They have simplified models, but they may have a little more logic to them than this one does because of the fact that I wasn't finished optimizing them quite yet. However, that there will be the biggest set. So let's see then, let's see. Sanitation room was a huge change. I fixed the logic for that because it was atrocious. Same with SCP 650 room. That one was really bad too. I hadn't updated that one in a while apparently. It must have slipped by me when I was updating the doors previously because its logic was just a whole nother level. And yeah. So the logic that I've added in for the door system also works with elevators. So now you'll be able to put an elevator in a scene and it'll work automatically. And you can say make it to where the elevator is unresponsive, or make it to where you need a key card for the elevator but it doesn't work, or maybe you want the elevator to work and that's it. You know, it's a bunch of variety, which is what I'm trying to add here, because where it's at now, the SCP game has reached this point where a lot of the content is done, but it's still very one way. It's still kind of bland. You know what doors you can go and you know what doors you can't go in. You kind of know a general idea of where you're supposed to go, right? Whereas now, I'm trying to add in all these small little details. This door doesn't open. Why doesn't it open? Or this elevator is not functioning, right? You can put like a dead body in the elevator then. Kind of like in the original game for some of those elevator rooms. So I'm trying to add in all these new things here. And, who went up 2%? Oh. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna finish updating those bits there. I feel like maybe I should do that before I start testing it out. Let's just update the doors really quickly. Let's just update the doors. Let's not do the other rooms yet. Those can wait a little longer because that still needs some work. But maybe the doors will do it. Maybe the doors. Let's see. But yeah, so now we're in this phase where I want to try to get those small details and make the game feel more fleshed out. Like I think it's fleshed out where it is now, but I want it to be more fleshed out. Did that do anything? Oh yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, it went up a little bit I think, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully in like the next month or two, I can add in more fine details, and if I can find a way to optimize the gameplay thermometer and optimize the graphics a little bit as well, I will be trying to add in MTF units and more randomized stuff like dead scientists and I've been testing this out recently. I tried it out for a little bit, but with the simple wall, I did try out some texturing stuff. So I do want to say that. So grismark, I've been meaning to do it for a long time, and I'm still not sure how to do it to get it to look nice because this wall is really large, right? And getting the texturing to go properly, I thought of maybe just adding in, I'm not sure if it's called, I think it's just called like texture. Like there's bitmap, which I think is like painting, or in other words, like, you know, drawing the texture on there when it's actually flat. And then there's, I think so, I don't know my terminologies, but I've been experimenting with it and I still don't quite know what to do yet. It's still very difficult because doing it what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think about it. The way that this happens to work makes it look very weird, where it's like it's too textured, right? So I have to like make it really small, and then I don't know, maybe I can. Doesn't really matter with that, right? So I have to make it like really small, and then I do it. But then it gets so small where it's like it's barely textured to begin with. But maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But if I can get the gameplay and graphics to go down, I'll add stuff like texturing. I'll add stuff like MTF units for the ULCZ area, or dead scientists, or other random occurrences. I really want to add that. But it's just working with the space to get that to happen is definitely a difficult task. What with there being, like, for example, the heaviest scene, and that's a difficult one to think of, is actually probably the ULCZ. it's a toss-up between the ULCZ and the HCZ. So upper light containment zone is at 94% graphics and 84% gameplay, right? So I have just about enough gameplay to maybe make the MTF units, because each puppet, I believe, costs a minimum of like 5 gameplay, isn't it? Or how much? Is 1 gameplay, that's good. But each puppet costs 1 gameplay, and then there's the fact that each puppet would have to have its own logic for pathfinding and stuff. It would be difficult to do it with 84. I probably could, but the graphics, on the other hand, that would be a task to try to make a good looking MTF unit with only 6% to work with, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to make this video because I've made like the video in the past talk about, hey, look, here's this update, but I haven't really addressed just how much I want to do, right? Because that was a big update, getting more stuff in there and fleshing it out more. But what I really want to do now is focus on those fine details. Like, for example, this room right here, add in some documents there maybe, I don't know, right? I definitely want to flesh out the medical bay a bit as well, because there's actually one guy in here that terrified me on first playthrough of SCP Containment Breach. Just, he was lying there in the corner and he just started getting up. I'm like, no, I'm out of here. What scared me the most was I actually modded the game and made it to where no mobs could move, and somehow he was still moving towards me, and I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. So that was a fun time. But yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think for like the 5th time. How many times have I said that already? But I mean it this time. Final time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. I'll probably make a video in a few days kind of regarding this. I'm not gonna show myself updating all the stuff now because I have hundreds of things to update. I'm not even joking. So I'm not gonna put you guys through that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. And with that, bye-bye.